There is a hotel in the middle of America that does not appear on any map. No reviews, no photos, no history. People who accidentally stay there usually forget about it, and the ones who remember never talk about it. This is the story of Room 404. It was almost midnight when Jack and Emily saw the hotel. Rain was pouring down hard, and their car was running low on fuel. The hotel stood alone on the side of the highway, its sign flickering like it was barely alive. Jack laughed nervously and said it looked like the kind of place where people disappear. Emily didn't laugh. She just wanted a warm bed and one night of sleep. They parked the car and walked inside. The moment the door closed behind them, the sound of the rain disappeared. The lobby was silent, too silent. A bell rang as they stepped forward. Behind the desk stood an old man. His posture was stiff, his eyes were wide open, and his smile never moved. He stared at them for several seconds before speaking. "One room?" he asked calmly. Jack nodded and joked that he hoped the place wasn't haunted. The old man froze. Then, very slowly, his smile grew wider. "Of course," he said. "Just avoid room 404. Emily asked why. The man replied, "Because it's already occupied." Something about the way he said it made Emily uncomfortable, but they were too tired to argue. They took the key and walked down the hallway. The lights above them flickered on and off. The carpet felt damp, like it had been soaked for years, and the room numbers on the doors looked scratched, as if someone tried to remove them. Jack stopped walking. "Our key says room 405, he said, "but this door says 404. Before Emily could answer, the door slowly opened by itself. Inside, the room looked perfect. The bed was neatly made, the walls were clean, the air smelled fresh, too perfect. Jack laughed and said there was nothing to worry about, but Emily felt watched. When Jack turned toward the mirror, for just a second, a tall shadow appeared behind him. It was smiling, then it was gone. That night, Emily fell asleep quickly. Jack stayed awake, scrolling through his phone. No signal, no internet. Then he heard breathing, not Emily's, slow, deep, and close. He whispered her name, but she didn't respond. The bathroom door slowly creaked open. A man stood in the darkness, tall, motionless. His smile was unnaturally wide, stretching far beyond his face. The man whispered, "You found my room." Jack blinked. The bathroom was empty. He screamed and shook Emily awake. She told him she heard laughing in her sleep. Before they could speak again, something slid under the door. A piece of paper. Jack picked it up and read, "Rules of room 404. Do not look at him when he smiles. Do not lock the door. If he asks your name, do not answer." The lights flickered violently. A voice echoed through the room. "Jack." Emily grabbed his arm. "He knows your name," she whispered. The mirror on the wall began to ripple like water. Jack looked into it and saw himself smiling, but his face was not moving. A voice came from the mirror. "I wore your face once. It fit perfectly." Emily screamed at Jack to look away. He covered his eyes. The smiling man screamed back, louder than before, "Look at me." They ran out of the room and into the hallway, but the hallway never ended. Every door they passed had the same number. They ran downstairs to the lobby. The front desk was empty. Then suddenly, the old receptionist stood behind them. He asked one question. "Did he ask your name?" Jack said no. The old man stared at him for a long time. Then he smiled. "Good," he said, "because once you answer, you become him." Emily turned to Jack. Her voice trembled. "Jack, your smile." Jack touched his face. His skin felt tight. His mouth was stretching wider and wider on its own. The old man walked away calmly. Morning came. A new couple entered the hotel, tired from the road. They approached the front desk. Behind it stood Jack. His smile was wide, too wide. He looked at them and spoke calmly. "Welcome." Just avoid room 404, because some rooms don't let you leave. They let you stay forever, and once they learn your name, they never forget you. There is another hotel in America people don't talk about, not because it is dangerous, but because it listens. It is called the Last Stop Hotel. You won't find it online. You won't see ads for it. And if you ever notice it while driving late at night, you only see it once. After that, it disappears. Michael was driving alone when he first saw it. It was past 2 in the morning. The highway was empty. His phone battery was almost dead, and his eyes were struggling to stay open. That's when the hotel appeared. A large neon sign flickered above the entrance. Last Stop Hotel. Michael told himself he would rest for 1 hour and leave. He never planned to stay longer. The parking lot was empty. No cars, no voices, no movement. As soon as Michael stepped inside, the front door closed behind him on its own. The lobby lights turned on one by one. Behind the desk stood a woman. She looked normal, too normal. She smiled politely and said, "You made it just in time." Michael frowned. "In time for what?" The woman ignored the question. She handed him a key. "Room 12, she said. "Breakfast is not included. Neither is leaving before sunrise." Michael laughed nervously, thinking it was a joke, but the woman didn't laugh back. The hallway was long and narrow. The carpet looked worn, like thousands of people had walked on it barefoot. As Michael passed each door, he heard something strange. Whispering. Not from one room, from all of them. He reached room 12 and went inside. The room looked old, but clean. A bed, a mirror, a chair facing the wall. On the wall, written in black paint, were words, "Do not fall asleep until you hear the bell." Michael felt uncomfortable, but exhaustion won. He sat on the bed. That's when the whispers stopped. Complete silence. Minutes passed, then an hour. No bell. Michael's eyes grew heavy. Just as he was about to fall asleep, ding. A soft bell rang somewhere inside the hotel. Relieved, Michael lay down and closed his eyes. That was his first mistake. He woke up suddenly. The room felt darker, the air felt heavier, and the chair was no longer facing the wall. It was facing him. Someone was sitting in it. A man. Still. Silent. Michael tried to speak, but his throat felt tight. The man slowly stood up and walked toward the mirror. Without turning around, he spoke. "You fell asleep too early." The man's reflection appeared in the mirror, but his face was Michael's. The man smiled. "I stayed here last night," he said. "Now it's your turn." Michael backed toward the door and ran into the hallway. The hotel looked different now. The walls were darker, the lights flickered, and the whispers were louder. He ran to the lobby. The woman was still there. He begged her to let him leave. She looked at him calmly and said, "You can leave." Michael felt relief for 1 second. Then she added, "When someone else takes your room." Michael realized something terrifying. Every door in the hallway now had a number. Every room was his room. The bell rang again, louder this time. The whispers stopped. The lights went out. When they came back on, Michael was behind the front desk, standing straight, smiling politely. The woman was gone. The front door opened. A tired driver walked inside. Michael heard himself speak. "Welcome to the Last Stop Hotel," he said. "You made it just in time. Because this hotel does not kill you, it replaces you. And once you check in, you become part of the building, waiting for the next guest to take your place."